Part 2, how we process information. What is the most important thing you could learn about people? When communicating or influencing, you need to understand what drives people. If you can give someone what they need, you will gain influence. So understanding what all people need gives you a huge advantage. I'm about to reveal to you a concept that will help you reevaluate all your interactions, relationships, people's behavior, your own behavior, the reason you get stressed if you ever get stressed, and will help you understand yourself at a brand new level. We have 3 fundamental or basic human needs. These are love and connection, certainty, and significance. It helps to think of them a little bit like buckets in our brain that we need to keep full as much as possible. When they're full, we feel happy and contented. But when they're empty, we feel isolated, helpless, and worthless. And ultimately, if they're empty enough, we feel despair. These emotions tell us how well we're adapting to life as we're experiencing it. Nature wants us to crave love and connection, so we stay part of the pack and procreate and nurture our young, which is great for our survival. Nature naturally wants us to feel a level of safety to prevent us taking dangerous levels of risk unnecessarily. And we crave significance because being important and having value is how we're allocated resources in the pack. From attention from our caregivers when we're young to our status as we get older. So how do we meet these needs day to day? Well, they tend to be things that we value, such as pets, teamwork, touch, intimacy, family, friends, anything that gives you that feeling of love and belonging, that love and connection feeling. Certainty could be met from physical comfort, power, freedom, money, just a predictable life. Significance could be from praise, reward, status, success, attention, anything that makes you feel good about yourself. It's important to remember these needs are not optional. We have to meet them. All our behaviours are designed to meet or protect our needs first and foremost. Now, if we've struggled to meet our needs as a child, we may still feel high levels of isolation, helplessness, and worthlessness at a kind of threshold value because we've formed beliefs about ourselves that make it hard to meet our needs. For example, if you believe that you're unlikable or difficult to like, it's so much easier to feel isolated than if you believe you're lovable. So emotional needs give us huge insight into the cause of people's behaviour and their mental health. But ultimately, they give us clues about the cause of all suffering. But luckily, with the cause comes the solution too. So why do people experience stress? Well, everyone's heard about the states of fight, flight, or freeze, and we know that those feelings cause the sensation of stress in our bodies. But what causes the fight, flight, or freeze for people, even when they're not in imminent danger from a bear attack or a saber-toothed tiger, for example? Well, when our needs are met, we feel happy and contented. And it's nature's way of saying, good job, keep doing what you're doing great. But when our needs are unmet, we feel depressed and even despairing, which is nature's way of giving us the signal that, hey, you can't go on like this. Something urgently needs to change if you're going to survive. And it's when our needs are threatened in some way or they're beginning to disappear that we feel stressed. And that's nature's way of saying, hey, warning, I'm giving you a warning. Your needs are in jeopardy. Something is going to happen that will impact your survival and the way you meet your emotional needs, or it is happening. But how does it benefit us to know this? How can you use this? Well, almost all destructive behaviors come from the response to our unmet or threatened needs. If the need was met, most likely they'd be behaving in a more resourceful way. Happy people tend to be kind and generous, and people in pain tend to have unresourceful behaviors. So how can you use this? Well, firstly, pay attention the next time you feel stressed and ask yourself, what am I stressed about? What danger do I feel I'm in? What need do I perceive is being threatened here? Do I perceive that I'm losing love, or fear that I'm going to lose love, certainty, or significance? Or have I lost connection, certainty, or significance? Am I actually feeling isolated, helpless, scared, worried, worthless? When asking people why they stressed out about a presentation they've got coming up, my students will often say things like, gosh, there'll be people more senior to me. They'll think I don't know what I'm talking about. In other words, they're worried they're going to feel insignificant or lose face and lose significance. Or they don't have all the answers. So they're worried that people are going to ask them questions, which may, again, make them feel not good enough, not as important as they previously were perceived. They worry that people will laugh at them, dislike them, and therefore they'll lose connection with the people that they care about. And many people are actually afraid they're going to lose their job if they give a bad presentation, which ultimately would impact all their emotional needs. So no wonder that people get super stressed about presenting, especially at work. Now, we have easy rules for our toddler, so I'm going to share them with you because ultimately, in terms of building your emotional intelligence, it can be super helpful to have a really easy starting point to start understanding human needs. So the first thing is, if you're sad, what have you lost? What have you lost? Or what have you lost connection with? If you're angry, what just made you feel small or not good enough? If you're frustrated, what can't you control? And if you're worried, what's uncertain or unpredictable for you right now?